Welcome to Market Talk Weekly, discussing sales and marketing techniques to help you compete in the real estate market. We're here week after week to educate, inform, and encourage real estate professionals. And now, here's your host, real estate broker, instructor, and coach, Bryon Roth.
Another real estate agent shared with me what they believed was an incident that they had with a difficult person. They got a call and were asked to show a house, and they had never met the person before. When they showed up, the gentleman was there on time. They got out of the car. Even before the agent was able to introduce himself, the customer was complaining about the lawn and the exterior of the house. When they got inside, it escalated, and at every turn, the gentleman was complaining, and he was just nitpicking about everything. Why did they do this? Oh, this looks horrible. What in the world were they thinking with that color? And so throughout the whole house, that's what it was like. Finally, at the end, they're standing on the front porch, getting ready to leave, and the client asks the real estate agent, "What's your opinion about this house?" The agent just turned and looked at him and said, "I don't think my opinion matters right now." Now, I would say that that client probably didn't call him back, but I'm not certain that the agent really was concerned with that. However, we don't want to lose potential clients because of our impatience or our inability to help people see past certain things, or because people are having a bad day. In this episode, I'm going to talk about 5 tips for working with difficult people. Now, if you're in real estate any amount of time, you're going to come across somebody who challenges your patience, maybe someone who you just don't click with, somebody who is very picky, complains a lot, somebody who even challenges who you are as a professional. And while it might start off being a negative experience, with the right approach, you can turn the situation around and satisfy even the most difficult client. So let's get into these 5 tips for working with difficult people. The first tip, and this tip goes for any relationship that you ever have from now until eternity, is listen. And one of the most important things you can do when you're working with difficult people is just to listen. And it's easy to get frustrated and want to respond immediately, but if you just take a few minutes to listen, you might be able to understand their perspective and find a solution that works for everyone. If a customer is angry about something, take a few moments to listen to their concerns and then respond in a professional, understanding manner. There's something you should know about anger. And that is that anger is a secondary emotion. It's not a primary emotion. And it can't stand on its own, meaning that when you see somebody who's angry or aggressive, something else is triggering them. Something else is a problem. So there are 6 things that trigger anger in people. So there's fear, embarrassment, shame, frustration, helplessness, and loss. So if you see somebody who's angry, one of those 6 things are at the core. And if you're showing them a house and you are maybe moving too fast, they may be experiencing some fear, they may be experiencing some frustration from having to look at a house. You may not know their whole situation, and they may have other things going on, and they're just frustrated. Maybe they just got a divorce, or maybe they're in the middle of a divorce and they don't even want to look for a new house because they have a house. There's just so many different things that could be happening that would cause them to be angry. But again, you're always going to look at the root of that. So that makes it easier when you see anger to understand, okay, what is it behind it? It may not be something that they want to share with you, but it'll allow you to be a little more empathetic to their situation. Tip number 2 is ask clarifying questions. It's real easy, especially when you don't know someone, to misunderstand what they meant or what they're saying. And so it could be causing some frustration. So it can be helpful to ask questions to get a better understanding of your client's needs. Ask clarifying questions to fully understand their situation and what they expect from you. This is going to help ensure that you're meeting their expectations, and any issues that there may be will be resolved quickly and efficiently. Number 3 is to set good boundaries. Now, you got to be really careful that you don't cross lines with people. It's easy to get out somewhere and someone's got a charismatic personality and you start joking with them, and before you know it, you've offended them. Even if they are making jokes, maybe cracking on you, cracking on your company, just in a jokeful way, do not return that. You should also be clear about what you're willing to do and what you're not willing to do. This is going to help you maintain a professional relationship, ensure that you're not being taken advantage of. Maintain a professional relationship at all times. As long as these people are under contract with you and you're working for them, they're the boss, and you maintain a professional attitude the entire time. Then the 5th and final tip is find a solution. When dealing with people who are being difficult, it's important to focus on finding a solution. Just try to avoid getting into an argument and instead focus on finding a solution that works for both of you. Remember, the best outcome for everyone is always a win-win situation. It can be very difficult dealing with people with challenging behaviors. However, by following 5 tips, you can be prepared to handle any situation that may arise. First, always be professional and courteous, even when faced with challenging clients. Second, be clear and concise when communicating with clients so that they understand what you're saying. Third, know when to draw the line and when to walk away if needed. Fourth, stay organized and manage the client's relationship so that you stay on top of things. And then finally, create a strategy to address potential issues when they arise. And by following these 5 tips, you can ensure you'll be able to effectively manage difficult clients and ensure both you and your clients have a positive experience.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Market Talk Weekly. Visit our website at markettalkweekly.com for more real estate resources. And as always, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss a single episode of Market Talk Weekly.